Tom, I think it was you, or I'm not sure. It was one of the four of you said it's all about the apps. I mean, don't think about the cloud necessarily. I think it's all about the apps. I mean, was that you, or I mean, I guess the real question is, what apps are best suited for the cloud, and what should maybe people keep in house?
Yeah, I think one of the questions we used to all get early on in the cloud environment is, which of my apps should I be moving to the cloud? And I think going back to a little bit what Bernard was saying, I don't think I would be thinking about it that way. I would be looking at net new applications that would be more beneficial from a platform that has elasticity, has agility, that is some of the common benefits of cloud computing. So, what we see from, we handle hundreds, if not thousands, of customers around the world as cloud apps. A lot of them are, especially right now, holiday readiness, where people are reaching their consumers with new sales and launches of new products. No one can anticipate volumes hitting a website or a mobile app today. And so what our customers tend to do is put these apps on the cloud, so as volume and load come in, they have the elasticity of the platform to add more servers to improve the user experience as they go forward. So we're seeing a lot of direct-to-consumer applications going to the cloud because of the elasticity of the platform itself. Anybody that's using using video or dynamic content tends to like the cloud for bandwidth and again in the elasticity side. So I tend to think that people entering the cloud should look for net new apps, and they should look for applications that are delivering or require the deliverment of elasticity, assuming that they don't understand how much load might be coming at any given period of time. And that seems to be the general rule of thumb for our customer base going to the cloud.
Yeah, if I can add to that.
Here's Michael.
Yeah, so I agree with Tom on the net new apps, although I do think that a lot of organizations are looking for how to transform and modernize their application portfolio and trying to figure out what's the best path forward. And that includes taking very large server estates and moving them to the cloud. But I think I view the sex and sizzle, if you will, of the cloud is in not just apps, but entirely new digital businesses. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of activity in this area where an organization has and owns interesting IP that they're trying to figure out how to monetize, and they're developing new businesses. And the cloud is somewhat unconstrained. The upfront costs aren't there, so it's really just about having the skills and the knowledge for taking that IP and putting it in the cloud. And so whether it's creating virtual stadiums with new content, or taking another example of a client, Michelin Solutions. They are leveraging their IP around fleet management and developing an entirely new solution business. This is the tire company, right? Getting into an entirely new business. And I see this a lot across the globe. And that to me is very exciting, because what that says is that if you can think it, right, if you have that creativity, you can do it, and you can do it quickly. At much lower cost. So that speed and that ability to do it without the expense, two great value props for cloud adoption. But it's also, of course, the agility. And the agility is that scale up, scale down, elasticity, whatever you want to call it. When you're able to power things on and off. And so my last point is that I don't think the audience that we talk to day in, day out, for all of us, necessarily understands that the cloud solution design point has changed. And so how you design to take advantage for cloud, you're not just going to take the stuff that's in your environment and push it to the cloud. I don't think that's going to work. And the mistakes you might have made in your move to virtualization are going to be exacerbated when you get to the cloud. And so, having a clean transition and automating all of these services and processes, I mean, that's really where the fun comes.
Yeah, it's. I was going to jump in there. I would say that there isn't a cloud. There are clouds up. So it's not about which app is best for the cloud. It's really about which app belongs to which cloud. The really question is, why are you doing it? You can build cloud-like solutions on premise. You can get hardware on demand. You can provision bare metal using APIs. So it's not about which app is for the cloud. I think you can design a cloud for any app. It's what are you doing and why are you doing it, right? The scale up, scale down, the not paying for unused resources, the ability to fail quickly. All of those aspects define what it is. So I think, as people are designing new apps going forward, they should just assume a cloud-like landing place and design for that. Because ultimately, I think that economic model is here to stay.